All right, so we are on session 43 of Descent into Fernia. Who would like to give the recap?
43. Seems wild.
We were being chased by trolls for the entire episode. We kept trying to go to sleep, and there they were, trolls. We moved away, and there were trolls. Until we ended up fighting said trolls. And
Decided that we had enough of their shit.
Right. Well, we found that cave with lava running through it, and thought we could hide there, and they would just run past us. But they had one of those Batman-style trackers on our car,
Right.
so they knew exactly where we were and came into the cave. But they were sort of spread out well enough that we could kill about half of them by just running them over as we ran towards the cave exit. But like two of them, I forget if both of them teleported or if one of them just flew really fast, but one of them definitely just sort of appeared inside the cabin of the car. Another one was attacking from outside. Most of the little minion trolls did not survive. So really, we're not as much of a factor. Some of them were way behind us and would catch up later, only to discover that Lux is their new king and leader, and that they had to bow down and do what she told them to. But we were eventually able to kill the two trolls that were attacking us directly, and that's when Lux, I believe, killed one with her taint stone, and then
Yes.
we did our best to destroy the bodies, knowing that trolls regenerate, but not being 100% sure how to stop them from doing that. Then one of the minion trolls, realizing Lux is now the new boss, pointed out the tracker to us. We were ready to move on.
They ran away. And then I know Lux took the torch that she keeps, because even here in Fernia, it gets chilly. And got it on fire and shoved it down its mouth to kill it.
Yep. Yeah, so that basically covers it. I know Vegnog is also kind of fatigued as well, because as the situation was described, they kept following you guys, and so Vegnog was the one that kind of volunteered to maintain the course of the trip.
Yep, he was fatigued because he basically didn't rest. He basically didn't rest and drove the whole time. So but we were waiting around in that cave. It wasn't really a cave. It was like a enclosure of sorts. That's had like an open top. But we were mainly sitting around there waiting for Vegnog to rest up.
Mm-hmm. Another improvement that I made, or I hope it's an improvement, I also fixed the map so that it was easier to see the markers and what the markers were, as well as including some that hadn't been on there previously.
Yeah, that helps a lot, actually.
So you guys were heading towards here on the map, which is where you had encountered Buca de Beppo, the Shadow of Death.
Did we walk through the Valley of the Shadow of Death?
We didn't fear any evil, I'll tell you that.
Every time I go to Buca de Beppo, it's again to walk through the Shadow of the Valley of Death.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's where you guys were continuing to, but I know that that's where you were headed previously.
Right.
Yeah, I would-
I thought I don't, maybe 11 is that bridge we were headed towards. That's what I
Mhm.
remember. We were headed towards a
Mhm.
bridge. And the bridge was in this Shadow of Death's territory. So
Mhm.
there was some belief that if we found the bridge, we'd find him.
Yeah. Yeah, because the last time you were at the bridge is where you encountered him initially with Dorgok and his brother Drac, where he made you the deal to take out Feanor for him. And he had agreed that if you were willing to do that, then he might be willing to trade with you. And also to forgive the trespass that you guys had in terms of preventing them from stealing more Azers to convert into basically autonomous slaves, as well as stealing from them their soul coins and killing several of their crew. So even though Dorgok and Drac were very much wanting to kill you guys, the Shadow of Death was a little bit more willing to hear you guys out and make you an offer. Although I think somebody's insight, whether it was Vegnog's or Ewan's, was high enough to know that the Shadow of Death had anticipated it to be basically a suicide mission.
How long has it been since we saw Feanor?
Probably about 3 days, maybe 4.
Because we were at the one place for a couple of days on the bazaar.
Yeah, I think you were at the bazaar 2 days. And you had come from Feanor's when you were
Took at least a day to get there because
yeah.
I remember Vegnog driving.
And you encountered the bazaar on your way from Feanor's.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask, since I don't know if this is a crossover episode because we got Darius, but I was gonna ask you and if he wanted the if you really want that mace, because you talked about like you might want that. If you think it's gonna be something you'd use all the time.
I'm equally likely to throw it than I am to use it. So if you're going to use it, then go for it. That's just the way I am.
Yeah, so that's another thing about the mace is it's a silvered weapon, which not only from the previous fight, but also from what you heard at Heb Smythe's portion of the Charms and Harms shop. There are a lot of creatures here that are unharmed unless you're using instruments that are made of special materials such as gilded or silvered. They even have resistance to magic that can only be overcome if you're using a focus that is silvered or gilded. And you also have had visions that whatever it is that you may face at the bloody wound upon the land that you're supposed to find, that you need to use essentially weapons and magics focusing on cold in order to be really effective. So the weapon that you guys were able to procure, it's pretty fortunate that it meets a couple of those in that it's silvered and can deal cold damage.
What do we have in our inventory that's silver or fits those qualifications besides the mace? So I think that's the only thing I got.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We had no cold and ice weapons at all before you found that.
Okay.
I got lucky on a crit to be able to even fucking hit that spirit troll.
A double crit at that.
I did.
So
But that
at
was the
some
thing,
point,
I'm-
though, when we go back to the bazaar, maybe we can go back to that weapon shop and look for cold and ice weapons. Assuming we have anything to trade at that point. Maybe we should kill this Shadow of Death to take his soul coins. He probably has a few on him.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we were banking. Well, not necessarily killing the Shadow of Death, but we were banking off of at least trading the ring to get more soul coins because we didn't have enough to make it to and from the scab, which we were headed.
Mhm.
Also, just as a reminder, you guys do have a special token given to you by Master Hawkins that would allow you to return to his 7 golden seals one time, since it is in a demiplane. And if you were to do that, you could potentially go to the Charms and Harms and visit the areas of the bazaar without actually having to know where it currently is right now.
Right. I assumed that was the only way we were going to find it again. But we need soul coins before we go back and do shopping trip 2.
Montage.
Right.
Plus, there is still a gold dragon. You know, we could pick that up apparently for like 6 soul coins. It probably counts as gilded. It's a gold dragon.
Is Vegnog still needing to rest, or we still need to wait for that? I don't want to use up our coin already. I mean, we definitely need to get the fucking coins first. More coins. Probably whenever we encounter that guy and kill him.
Well, in terms of resting, you don't need to necessarily spend a soul coin for Vegnog to recover. I don't know if Vegnog actually
No,
took
I meant like
levels of
back at the
exhaustion,
place.
but oh.
So it didn't seem like the trolls had any soul coins on them, but Solomon is not good at searching for things anyway, so. And the
I don't-
spiritual just vanished. And hopefully that doesn't regenerate and then just reappear right back in the cabin.
I mean, I could look again if the other one is out there, because there was 2 of them. One of them had a physical body, right? Is that still around?
Right, it's on the roof. Maybe we kicked it off.
Either way, I can go up and look. I can check its body.
I do think Lux made a very specific point to kick it off of the roof as a showing to the little minions. The Trollians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is Vegnog ready to go?
I mean, Vegnog, you're tired. Mechanically, you don't have any exhaustion or anything, but I would say that you're still mentally fatigued.
Okay. I am fine to continue. I would appreciate someone else to drive, though. I'm still not all here.
That part's easy. Let me check this thing for coins.
Okay. You can go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Sure can. You piece of shit.
Yeah, you don't see.
Gonna
any
be one of those
coins.
nights.
That's what
I
you get
had to
for
roll-
rolling 220s in a row.
I roll well in battle, but outside of it, terrible. Or the opposite direct, or the other direct. Like it's just, I get one or the other. I don't get both.
Yeah. The troll wasn't wearing much. You lift its loincloth. You kind of lift the balls to see if there's anything hiding behind there. Nothing.
I sure don't.
That's how he got his 6. He didn't do a thorough job.
Yep, that's where they're hidden.
He's not willing to search the taint. Lux isn't so proud.
Well, if it can be used as a weapon, I'll take it.
I haven't looked. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a club. I don't know. I'm getting in the driver's seat now, though. All right. I'll keep driving us in the direction that we're meant to be going.
All right.
Assuming everybody's in the car.
Wait a minute, where's Kevin?
Maybe I was fast enough when we left the koala.
Wait. Wait. Kevin, like the light bringer Kevin?
Oh, I was just making a Home Alone reference.
Oh,
Kevin.
I was like, wait, is this a crossover episode we talking about?
Steve? Who the fuck is Steve?
All right, so you guys start heading out. There's not anything too dramatic that happens. The weather remains calm. You can see some clouds in the distance gathering. You don't know if that's like a ash storm or if it's another one of those pyroclastic storms that you've previously encountered, or maybe even an acid rainstorm, which is something you've also encountered. You do see it in the distance, though. It's a pretty safe distance away, though. And you don't really feel a whole lot of wind. So whether or not it's coming closer, it doesn't seem to be. But eventually you do reach an area that you recognize. And in the distance, you can see the bridge. As you get closer, you see that there... Vegnag, are you still in the viewing seat? Or are you
yeah.
giving that to someone else while you kind of recover a bit more?
Vegnog could still, look and be a voyeur.
All right. So you see in the distance there is like some kind of response as you get closer, somewhat like the waving of a banner or so, and you can hear a loud horn. And at that, you see several vehicles begin to come forth from wherever they may have been hiding. You didn't notice them at one point, and now you do. A couple of them are lining the bridge in front of the bridge. Those ones, there are 2 of them, and both seem to be less vehicle, more giant cannon, but definitely on wheels. And then a couple of smaller vehicles that are covered in spikes with individuals that seem to be riding on top of these things, and then a much larger vehicle emerges, and that's one that you recognize as the Shadow of Death's personal vehicle. And so this is kind of what the scene looks like.
It's really struggling to load.
I'm guessing it's just a character or a token thing. Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
struggling to load other things for me too. Because I tried to open up the demon grinder and it's been trying to load for a minute. So roll 20 is not on the ball tonight.
Try refreshing, see what happens.
Well, you guys are also not on the map personally. You're
Yeah, there we go.
So I'm gonna put you guys in there.
I have visual.
You guys are kind of over here, or at least that's where I'm putting your characters. Here's your demon grinder though, and then the bridge, and this is where the Shadow of Death's vehicle is.
So anyways, I started blasting.
I can see it after refreshing.
You can or cannot?
I can.
Okay. So you can see that the vehicles are in mostly defensive positions. They don't seem to be actively moving in formation or anything like that. So one thing that you do see is you see this vehicle and this vehicle take off, and they're actually now flying.
There are vehicles laid out against us in front of the bridge. Do we wish to fly a white flag and let them know of peaceful intention to trade?
It's technically not me. You gotta convince. It's that one. It's pointing back towards Solomon.
I don't even remember this Shadow of Death, so I will follow your lead. But for now, I will be up manning the Behir Fang.
Hell, I'm not opposed to killing the guy. I will state that. So maybe if we could pull him out of his vehicle, it'd be easier to do that.
Last time we faced him, there didn't appear to be much of a chance.
And we
I
never
don't
even
know.
tried.
Yeah, and we didn't have a vehicle filled with weapons.
Yes. Theirs had weapons. Ours didn't. Now ours does.
I don't know if our vehicle can. I have doubts that it can withstand onslaught of so many other vehicles.
We just gotta get enough. Well, I'm just saying it's an idea, all right?
One thing that you guys would be certain of as you're approaching is the number of vehicles in the fleet that seem to be controlled by the shadow of death. At least the ones that you can see. Who knows if there's others that you can't see. But if they have this large of a fleet of infernal war machines, they must have some large enough supply of soul coins in order to fuel them. At least one would think.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we don't necessarily want to kill him, right? Right? But he does have he's got to have a lot of soul coins. So something to
Well,
consider.
yeah. We have ring to trade.
Yeah, we'll see what we get out of that. Maybe we feel we deserve more, and he retaliates, and we kill him. It's fine.
We have ring, and as proof of demise of which woman? What was her name? Feanor.
Feanor.
We have proof of demise of Feanor. As which is great thorn out of his back. It should be worth something.
We'll see.
In fact, Solomon is going to give the ring to Vegnog.
Vegnog struggles to not put it on.
Since you are the negotiator, you should have it.
Thank you.
I'll just drive closer till there's some indication that we should stop.
Okay. So as you drive closer, you do see a couple of small creatures emerge or hop off of these spiky vehicles that they have. And wait, why is that? Interesting.
That's our view. So I don't know if it can move anything.
I can't move any of my tokens.
Right, because
Try
it's
your
on the
other screen.
Right, it's on the
Yeah.
display screen, and so unless the display has editing control of them.
Should have, but regardless. So a couple
I can't
of
move the grinder, by the way.
You can't?
No.
God damn it. Come on
It's-
now.
It should be known.
Yeah, I also can't select the grinder.
No, maybe if I do it.
I can
this
move
way,
me.
see.
Oh, now I can.
I can also
Hey.
grind.
Same.
Yes, I figured it out.
What was it?
It was linked to the demon grinder rather than the party's demon grinder.
Ah,
Yes. So, so a couple of little guys pop out of these vehicles, and they kind of wave you over, directing you to, like, using the signs. Actually, Ewan and Vegnog, each of you guys give me an insight check.
Insight, you say?
Okay. So both of you can pretty easily tell that they're basically telling you to come over in this direction and to do so slowly. As you do, a couple of the vehicles position themselves. And this guy kind of flies back behind you until it's over on this side. And this guy flies over here. So once you get here, they'll basically say stop, and you can hear well, you can see this vehicle right here. The shadow of death steps out of it until he's standing right here, and with a booming voice that travels across the flatland like thunder, he shouts, "That's far enough. If you wish to deal, step out of your vehicle."
All right. Whenever you get out there, talk really quietly so he has to come close.
I've got it. I've got this. Vegnog will step out of the vehicle. Good to see you, Shadow of Death. It has been some time. Are you so threatened by our vehicle that you've taken such precautions?
Can you guys see the new map that's a little bit more?
Nope.
Everything's closer.
All black
You
with a
cast
white
dark-
outline.
You cast darkness.
God damn it.
It's a layer action.
Hey, there we go.
So after
I'll just
refreshing
you
the
guys-
screen, I can see it, but now I have to find my character again.
They should all be by your guys' demon grinder, which now I have to re-tag. There. So after Vegnog, after you say that, he just kind of puts his hands out with his claws at either side of his body, and he kind of haunches over in your direction and just roars, and it lasts for a good minute. It's a clear sign of intimidation in that he didn't really like what you just said.
Do we hear this inside?
Oh yeah. And then he says, "I fear nothing. What business do you have here?"
We wish to trade. Proof. As you requested some time ago, if you remember our last meeting. Proof of Feanor's demise.
I did not expect you to actually survive. You must be lying. There's no way you could be back from Feanor's and still breathe.
I am not lying. I have proof.
And
In
what
exchange-
proof do you have?
And Vegnog will hold aloft, hold aloft the ring. This is Feanor's ring. It was taken off of her body.
Bring it closer. I will have one of my men meet you.
We meet halfway.
As I said, my man will meet you halfway. Drac! And creature comes out of this vehicle right here, one that you recognize.
Sitting halfway. It's about right here.
And he begins walking forward.
Brack, you look alive and well.
Alive at least.
What do you bring?
And Vegnog holds aloft the ring between his thumb and index finger.
So if you're holding it in your hand, just as a reminder, you feel this tension as it touches your metal flesh, as if something, the ring is trying to pull something very, pull something away from you. And it is painful in a way that you can't describe, but also not physically so. So it's not something that causes you to double over, or if you were like a human, to catch your breath, but it does feel very uncomfortable to hold it in your hand.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I forgot about that detail. Then, like, in order, rather than handling it like directly, I would have like tied it through like some sort of cloth or strip or chain. Like,
Well,
and then holding that.
You don't really need to do that, because when Solomon, oh, I'm sorry, I should have said before, I didn't realize he wasn't out. So the shadow of death is here on this hill. But Solomon had it in a lead-lined alms box.
Mm.
And
Yes.
I imagine that's how he would have given it to you.
Okay. So yeah, not holding it like aloft, but like I guess I would have it in this box.
I was hoping you would like ring toss it onto this guy's horn.
You definitely could try if you want to.
And see what happens to him.
I have a ring of Feanor's as proof of her demise. And he opens up the lead box and shows it to Grack.
Drac continues to walk over and says,
Give it here.
Do you take me for some fool who just gives away his treasure with nothing for nothing in return? No, you can examine it here.
Drac is definitely not the brains of the operation, so he just kind of turns to the shadow of death, and then the shadow of death becomes very agitated and says,
The deal was you bring the ring to redeem yourself from your crimes against my men. If you do not wish to give it up, then there is nothing more to say.
I wish to trade the ring for soul coin. We have need to go a great distance. And
You've already taken soul coins from my men. You've already stolen slaves from us. You've already killed my men. If you wish any good regard from us, then you will put that, whatever it is you have, in Drac's hand and allow us to examine it.
you come here and examine. What promise do I have that once you take this, that you will just not take it to drive away, or even worse, attempt to eliminate us right away.
We could just kick it from your corpse.
And he raises his hand as if about to signal his men to attack.
We'll have, signaled for Solomon and Lux to also just be ready on the weapons. It's like, it's very easily. This guy's fucking sensitive, so be ready. And I'm just like standing at the door. Like I would have opened. Or so actually, I guess I gotta get double check here. The orientation here. There's only the one door, like opening door that goes outside of the vehicle, right?
No. There's the door on the side that can easily go in and out. But if you want to get onto the roof, there are 3 possible places that you could.
Right. I meant that side door.
Yeah, there's only that one.
And
that
that's
way.
on, so, all right.
It's on the right side of the.
Yeah, then I
vehicle.
guess I would have had to sort of orient the car or the vehicle to where the front was on, like facing to the right of the map,
Okay.
so that I could be looking out that door.
Okay, that makes sense.
But then that means the Bahir Fang is at the top part of the map. So you have to shoot across the car. It's got the most range of all of our weapons, but it's on the wrong side.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna make it all that complicated in terms of facing and things like that. I'll
Or the
assume
real
you-
possibility of our shooting the other weapons, though.
That's for knowing you. Oh, Lux is in that other seat.
You're muted, Peter.
I wasn't thinking I was out there at first, but I would try to, once I hear Ewan say that, I would try to stealthily move outside so it's not obvious I'm manning the other weapon.
Okay.
If I could do that. Yeah.
I would say you would have advantage with that because you're a smaller target and you're coming up through the roof of the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Most of the attention is focused on Vegnog, but there are others watching your vehicle, but they're
Right.
not very good.
Okay. And so I would man whatever weapon is not,
So
is
the
left.
acid bile spitter.
Okay.
There's also the long rod, which I assume I'd forgotten that you guys had that. I'm sure you did too, since Alyssa was carrying it. But
Right. Yeah.
I just assume that you guys had it installed on the top of your vehicle, which is totally fine. As a reminder, how the long rod works: if a spellcaster is attuned to it, they can cast spells through the rod, and the spell then gains a short range of 3 times the normal range of the spell, a long range of 6 times the normal range of the spell. If it normally targets a single creature, it instead targets a 10-foot radius or 10-foot diameter. I can't remember. It's in the description. And yeah, so it essentially allows magic to be more effective at long ranges and for battlefield situations. So yeah, so the Shadow of Death has raised his hands, or one of his hands, in a signal, which then the vehicles around all rev up in anticipation. And even Drac tenses up as he continues to look at the shadow of death, ready to turn around and just lay Vegnog out.
This is. You come to my position, or there is no deal.
You give us the ring, or we take it. Or you give us what you have, or we take it.
He doesn't know it's a ring.
Vegna closes the lead box and throws it in his back. I'd like to see you try. And then
That's the cue.
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Okay.
That's a go on the firing. Go on the firing.
Yep.
Let's see. I am now thinking this is our negotiator.
I mean, Vegnog, just as a reminder, you have the Shadow of Death's vehicle. You have this large vehicle. You have several of these spiky vehicles, 2 cannons on wheels, and a couple of flyers in the air. They really do have, even if you guys win, it could mess your vehicle up and mess you guys up enough to have a more difficult time later on. Especially since the only one that you've known that can repair your vehicle is at the Wandering Emporium. Not
Don't
trying
tell us
to,
the
not,
odds.
We're
not
golden,
trying,
guys.
not trying to dissuade you or anything like that, but I just want to make sure this is all information that Vegnog as a character would be aware of and taking into
Yeah.
consideration as he's making his decisions.
But on the plus
We
side,
beat these guys. They have all the coins that we need.
Yep.
We used our coin to go right back to that Emporium. So,
Mhm.
hey, we got our coins now. Can you repair our shit?
and on the plus side, this guy Grack and the Shadow of Death's vehicle are in one nice line for the Bahir Fang.
Mhm.
well, Vegnog wasn't really keen to like give up the bargaining chip. Where there's nothing stopping, there's nothing stopping them from attacking anyway.
Correct.
Like we would just be short the one thing that we could potentially bargain with. So if they're not willing to concede, Vegnog is like, all right, then we will just try our chances.
Okay.
What's better than the devil you know? A dead devil.
So then with that, the Shadow of Death follows through with his signal.
Oh, so do we.
And will be running towards his vehicle. And so I would say Vegnog and Drac can each take an action, and then we'll roll for initiative. So I would say Vegnog, you can go first.
That was a very obvious oral cue for us to just start blasting.
Oh yeah.
I was about to just tell everybody, hey, it's not happening. Why don't you just start shooting them? I was turning around. I'm like, yep, that's our cue.
Let me check something.
Yeah, one small downside to what I just said, Grack or Drac, whatever his name is, in the vehicle or in one line, you are also potentially in that line.
Yeah. Also, I will
Okay.
say too that this vehicle is 20 feet off the ground because this is like a pillar here. It's like a overhang, and the shadow of death is 60 feet above the ground.
Okay, so this is
That's what's the ground underneath them looking like? That's what I want to know.
The normal ground that you're used to.
Like a
with
overhang
ash.
or
It is an overhang here.
just blast
yeah.
that ground, man. Make that
But
fucker
it-
fall.
But it's made of stone, so
It's an overhanging stone. It can't be that strong. Come on now.
yeah, but he's also
So-
not just standing right at the edge.
so just an action or a round?
You can get a full turn.
Okay.
You have a full turn.
Vegnog is going to let's see. The shadow of death is 75 plus 60 in the air.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 130 feet ish. That's still within range. Still within range. So Vegnog is going to pull out his crossbow and shoot the shadow of death.
Okay.
That probably didn't hit.
I don't
So
see
is
an
that-
attack roll. I just see
Oh.
damage.
Oh, that's weird. I clicked the wrong button. My bad.
He already knows it's gonna hit.
All right, so that does hit.
Nice. I'll just go with the previous damage roll.
Okay.
Sneak attack. Does sneak attack apply in this situation?
It
No.
would not.
No, it
Well, wait a
doesn't.
minute.
Is he unaware? Isn't that
He's
a
not
criteria?
unaware. It's not technically a surprise.
And I don't have advantage.
Yeah, so I would say that it's sneak attack would not.
Yeah, so just the 12 then. And then Vegnog's going to take his bonus action to. Well, I guess he doesn't technically. Well, I guess he's just going to use it to disengage anyway, just in case Drac has some crazy ass reach, and he
Okay.
will run back to the vehicle.
Okay. Drac does not have any reach. At least none that would have mattered. But let's see. So Drac would use his movement because once again, he's not the bright one between him and Dorgok. And he's a bit of a brute. So he's going to use his move action to get up here. And then use his action to leap onto the top of your vehicle. So okay. So he isn't able to get on it on his feet, but he leaps up and he is pulling himself up onto your vehicle. And then with that, let's start rolling initiative.
Are we rolling individually or for the vehicle? How does this work?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, I'm going to start driving the vehicle around. So
Yeah. So roll individually because it may be important, especially since Drac is now trying to get on top of your vehicle.
Hmm. Click on my token, it doesn't do anything.
Should there be an initiative tracker?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's me. That's my bad. Okay, now I know why. Duh. Oh, shut up.
Why is there nothing in? Oh, here we go. Okay, I have almost everybody in there. And Lux, you got an 11.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't. I mean, I did click on my token, so at least I thought I did. God, 7-3. Ugh.
All right, and then so he was in the he was in the vehicle anyways, so but why? Oh, come on. Okay. So first heavy tanks, then Dorgok, then Vegnog. Or we'll say Vegnog goes before Dorgok. All right, so for that, we will move back to the larger map. So these are the heavy tanks. I don't know why everybody's turn order is not shown in the thing, but whatever. So they each turn towards the your guys's vehicle and fire. How many people are outside of the vehicle?
I am because I'm manning the beer thing.
Yeah, I know I am.
Okay.
I got half cover now.
Vegnog, did you get into the vehicle?
No, Vegnog was outside the vehicle. He
Okay.
didn't have enough movement to get inside.
Okay. So then Lux and Solomon, you guys both have cover, so you can add 2 to your dexterity saving throw. But the first blast and then the second blast from the other one.
It blasted.
So Drac is also potentially going to get hit. So
Oof.
with his, oh yeah. So that's a chance for a crit right there. But but no, he negates that for the first one. And then the second one he loses. But he uses his reaction to become resistant to the second one. So he takes 29. 29 and 9. So 38. So Dorgok is hurting. So Ewan, also give me a dexterity saving throw for the vehicle for each
Yeah.
of those blasts.
It didn't have any proficiencies, so we got a 5. And then it was 2 of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
All right. So you were able to get only 9 damage from the second one. So that doesn't activate the damage threshold. But the 29 does, so you take 19 damage from the first blast to the vehicle.
All right,
19
I'll
damage.
Yeah.
do my saves first one. That is +2, but that's still a fail. And then the second one, that was also +2, but I made it. So I take 29 force damage and then half of 19.
So 9.
Okay. Made the first one. I missed the second one.
You guys have action points. So if you guys want to use your action points on any of those
Well,
saves, you can.
I do have evasion. Does this count?
Yeah.
Does.
Okay. So the first one I would take no damage, and the second one I'd take half.
Right. So you'd only take 9 damage from the second one then.
Okay. 9 damage it is.
Vegnog also has evasion and failed the first one and made the second one, so he takes 15.
Okay.
So Solomon's almost dead, but everyone else is fine.
All right. So that was the opening salvo.
That was
Vegnog-
the first group of enemies to go this turn.
Thankfully, there's a chance that they can't do that every round. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Vegnog is up, Dorgok and deck, Lux in the hole.
Let's see, Drac is the one that's on the vehicle. Vegnog is going to shoot Drac. Let's see, what is... Yep. Vegnog is going to shoot Drac. And I think evasion counts here. because he's within 5 feet of other people. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, no halfling lucky feet here. So
Good
that.
action points.
Well, yeah, I guess I didn't want to blow them all in the first turn, but I guess I could try it. I guess I could go for it again. There may not be a next turn. That's better.
All right, so that one hits.
So that's not great damage, but so 20 piercing damage.
Okay. So you hit Dorgok right where the neck and the shoulder meet, and it's pouring blood, and he winces in pain, but despite the blood pouring from the wound, he's continuing to pull himself up onto the vehicle.
Get in.
And then Vegnog is gonna get into the vehicle, and say to Ewan, drive as fast as you can in another direction. We pick them off as we run away.
I want that one.
And that's Vegnog's turn.
All right. So now Dorgok is up, and he's running this scavenger. So
It's fine, guys. Any moment now, old Alex Trebek's going to come here and save us.
So it's 100 feet to your guys' vehicle. So oh. Oh, there it is. And his speed is 100 feet. So he drives up right next to the demon grinder. Actually, he'll be about 20 feet back. And then who's on top of the vehicle right now? Is it just Solomon and Lux?
Yes.
All right.
And Drac.
Yeah. So Dorgok's not picky. He's going to select one of you guys. So evens is Kurt or Solomon, odds is Lux. So he fires, one of his men fires a grappling claw at you. And I assume a 22 hits you.
Yeah, even with half cover, yeah.
Okay. So then you are grappled.
We didn't
By
see
it.
the 22, by the way.
You didn't? Oh,
Nope.
let me fix that. I hate it when that whisper toggle is not automatic. So I'll just put it back in here so you guys can see what it does. But so Lux, you're grappled. And that's it, because Drac was supposed to be operating the other weapon. He's not inside, so he can't do it. Lux,
So does the claw drop down from the top like the game? Like he just positioned it over top of her?
Yes, it's a very inefficient claw weapon.
But this motherfucker spent his whole life mastering it.
So Lux is up then the Hellbats, and then the Spikers.
So I'm assuming escape from this is a deck save
It's a
or
Acrobatics check.
it's an acrobatics or strength check, DC 12. But it's going to take your action to do so.
Okay. Well, all right.
So
Yeah,
you
let me
escape.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Should have just fired. Grapple automatically, falls off if you're forced to move, which I am moving this vehicle.
Yeah, but if he's grappled by the vehicle, it is more likely to just pull Lux off of the vehicle.
That's not the wording, a grapple.
It's a good thing that the rules are all made up.
What? um,
It's like they got you in the claw, right? And it pulls it up, but then it starts to move and it falls. Like
Right. The
everybody
wobble.
knows that's how it happens.
where is Drax?
He is hanging off of the vehicle. So he's probably like within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
Even
So-
though he's hanging on and he's trying to fight through it and get onto the vehicle, he looks like he's hanging on by a thread and very close to death.
So I could use my bonus action to punch him.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to spend a Kai point, yes.
Oh, that's right. Question, so if I do that, can I get back on the weapon or would I be exposed?
No, you could use your movement to get back into the weapon spot. That's not an action or a bonus action or anything like that.
All right, yeah, I'll do a Kai point and then I'm gonna punch this dirtbag. So you get one attack or two? Is it one or two?
It's one.
One.
All right, so go ahead and describe how you killed Drac.
Hmm. So let's see what I don't know if the demon grinder's got like jagged pieces or something sticking out the back, but it has these like holding on, and like Lux runs over there, and as he's just peeking his head over, I just whale him right in the face, and he swings back like this against the demon grinder, and a spike goes right through his head, so he's like impaled on the back of the demon grinder.
Perfect. He could stay there too.
Exactly.
Nice.
Our new extra layer of meat armor.
That's right.
You could say it's in the front and then it's in the chomper. The chomper is in the front of the vehicle if you want to do it that way.
But then how are we going to use the chomper?
He'll just keep mashing more and more.
But then he's not a meat shield.
Then I move back to the weapon.
Okay.
That's one.
All right. So now we got these Hellbats. And so they're gonna move.
Can't believe I roll a fucking 7 on initiative with advantage.
Well, At least you had advantage. Could have been worse.
I don't even know. I didn't show me what the other one was.
Um,
I can't believe I rolled a 5 on initiative. That's way better than I usually
Yeah, that's
do.
good. You're kicking it.
that is- Okay. So this Hellbat moves right here. And then that's this one moves right here. And both of them fire harpoons at the demon grinder. And both of the harpoons have rope attached to them. So first one, does an 18 hit the demon grinder?
No,
Okay. The second
I
one,
didn't see that either.
so they both miss.
Good. Lucky I didn't have to use my deflect missiles.
Right.
They're not showing up in the chat.
Oh, God damn it. Okay. Another one where they're. Okay, so this is the weapon that they used. Both missed. And now the spikers are up, Ewan on deck, and Shadow of Death on hold. Now let me make sure that the spikers are not whisper only. Oh no, whisper toggle. The one time I checked them and it's fine. So each of the spikers have these weapons, these that shoot spikes. But they're not
Captain A.
aiming for the vehicle. They're aiming for the people outside of the vehicle. And currently that's Ewan, or that's Solomon and Lux. So Solomon is evens, Lux is odds. Even.
Forget your cover.
Yeah, you guys both have cover. So the one at Solomon misses.
That misses.
The one at Lux, the 20 hit.
Yeah, just hits even with that cover.
All right, so you take 11 piercing damage, and
That's what your deflect missiles is for.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Can I do that? Yeah.
yeah, it's a reaction. I think it's in a D10 plus your monk level.
Mm-hmm.
Plus my dex modifier.
So you did it. Oh no, I forgot what our level is.
Yeah,
Seven.
yeah,
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
even
tough. It's
Because
pretty.
it
Oh, yeah, there you
reduces
go.
the damage. It reduces
yeah.
the damage. If
It's
you
reduced
reduce the
entirely.
damage to
I actually
zero,
gain HP.
Yeah, well, if you reduce the
Reduce.
damage to zero, you can spend a Kai point to throw it back.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be some shit?
is there anybody
Technically-
outside their vehicle?
No.
Okay, well. So I catch that son of a bitch, and then I'll just add it to my collection.
It's got rope on it, right?
No, not those ones.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. That's in range. That's in range. I forgot that there's also these other spikers as well. So spikers can move 100. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So then there's still 2 more spikers. So let's see who they go after. Solomon. 22 hit.
Yep.
Okay. Make
Deflecting
a
misses.
make a Constitution save.
Fucking get
Okay.
tetanus.
And then the second one misses.
$13 hit points left.
All right. Ewan is
Wrong,
up.
13.
Shadow of Death on deck. Solomon in the hole.
All right, what was my movement again? 100 feet. How do I get to the? All right, so the vehicle here. How's my path to it look?
I mean, outside of this guy, it's pretty clear.
Better hope he doesn't have Sentinel.
I'm just like eyeballing this path here, right?
Well,
To the lava.
in,
I'm
into
gonna
the
push
lava.
that motherfucker into the lava. Here we go. I'll just tell Vegnar, close that door. Okay, here we go. What's the square length here right now?
20.
20 feet? 2, 4, 6, 8. Can I ram this motherfucker? What's our
Yeah, let's look
we got a
at-
wrecking ball. Can I just fucking
Yeah.
like crushing wheels? Probably not gonna
Right,
work
Miley
out.
Cyrus, that bitch.
Yeah, that's right.
So there are rules for ramming. Crashing. When an infernal war machine crashes into something that could be reasonably damage it, such as a wall or vehicle of its size or bigger, the war machine comes to a sudden stop and takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet it moves since its last turn. Whenever the vehicle struck takes the same amount of damage. If this damage is less than the infernal war machine's damage threshold, the vehicle takes no damage from the crash. Regardless of whether or not the infernal war machine takes damage, each creature on the inside of the vehicle when it crashes must make a DC 15 strength saving throw, taking 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet the vehicle moves since its last turn, or half as much as a success. So, knowing that now, do you still want to do it?
So it's gonna move. It's gonna take how much damage again?
It will take, well, you moved 100 feet.
Yep.
And so for every 10 feet, it takes
A
1d6
D6?
bludgeoning, but you also take the same. Also, because the Shadow of Death hasn't actually moved yet, because it hasn't had its turn yet, he's standing right here. He's not in his vehicle.
Okay. Can I just dash over that son of a bitch? I can, because I believe the bonus action I could dash with this vehicle.
You could.
I want to ram him off the edge.
So you'll also be risking falling as well.
I'll make a roll. I got
Um,
I got land
so
vehicles.
yeah,
goddamn,
I'm gonna
use
say
it.
because he's also, because you have your crushing wheels ability, right? What
Right.
does your crushing wheels do? Do you want to put that onto the screen?
All
Yeah.
the damage.
That.
So we run over him and just Dukes of Hazzard leap off the top.
Yep,
Yeah, dude.
there we go.
And then
And it's the Dukes of Hazard, so it's fine.
Yep.
Like,
Right. We will land on our wheels with
Mhm,
no damage.
yep, no structural damage to our vehicles.
exactly.
and
Despite it
then
obviously happening in the video.
and then let's see.
Mhm.
I'm actually kind of hoping for you guys because this would be really cool. But and this battle's gonna go anyways pretty quick if not.
What are you trying to say?
If the saving throw fails, the vehicle slams into the creature, takes bludgeoning damage for each 10 feet it moved since its last turn.
I mean, I sort of agree with the strategy of attacking that guy because that may cause some of them to just give up, to flee.
Yep. Keep what you kill.
Whereas taking on like all 10 vehicles probably is not a good strategy.
No.
Um,
And plus, if we could just run this guy over and not like fall off the edge ourselves, we can announce that we have the high ground and they should just not try it.
Yep. And then that's game over, Dan.
all right, so this is going to be 2 saves for him, 1 for the crash, 1 for the crushing wheels. And then also, Ewan, I'm going to have you roll for a vehicle check using dexterity. Because you've moved 100 feet and then you're going to move an additional 40 feet. So 140 feet. So to stop suddenly, it's going to be,
Well, I had to make the turn.
yeah, but it's about how far the vehicle has traveled in the turn. So so first we're going to see how Shadow of Death does. So his first dexterity save to get out of the way is a DC 10. He makes it. So he does not get knocked. He doesn't get the first part where you're just crashing into him. Now, in terms of your crushing wheels, let's see if you're able to get him.
What the fuck?
Nope.
So not only because he critically succeeded, not only did you not get him, but he used it to his advantage and now he's on top of your vehicle. And now give me your vehicle to check to see if you all go down.
What's the DC?
You made it. So you're able to stop before going over.
So
But now
he
he's-
jumps on top, and I stop suddenly, and he falls forward.
You didn't critically succeed.
And now it's his turn.
It's still my turn. What do you mean?
Oh,
I still got
Okay,
movement
yeah,
left
you
in
still
this
have an
bonus
action.
action.
you still have an action, yes.
It was 100 feet to get here. No, it was 80, 90 feet to get here.
I thought it was 100 feet to get here.
No, it would have been 100 feet into it.
Okay.
So, I don't know. That being said, I don't know if there's much else I can do.
You could continue. You could drive towards the bridge.
It's true. If we're going to be chased, we might as well be chased in the direction we're going.
Yeah, you could try your plan. You could drive towards
Wait.
the edge and stop short and see if he goes flying.
All don't know. I think I can probably make it maybe here if I dashed then as an action too. I don't know if I want that though. Hold on. So it's 10, 20. No, I can make it way further, I guess. Oh man. I guess I just kind of have to, huh? Can I start to
Well, wait a minute,
And I-
because it was, how much movement did you use when you were here? Because you, it was like 80, so right here. So then 100, 120, then coming back 140, 160.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
180.
forget it's 20 feet. Yeah.
So it
we're
would
good.
have been here.
Can I take the dodge action? Can I evasive maneuvers? Was that one of the options? Need to find
So
that.
let's see. Rules. Actions that driver can take. Yeah, I'd allow that. I'd allow you to take the dodge action for the vehicle.
Cool. Evasive maneuvers.
All right. And now it is.
Hey, get that guy.
So now it's Shadow of Death's turn. And since he's on the vehicle, it seems appropriate to change the map.
Does it? I'm gonna be racing all over this son bitch.
And he's here. And then Lux, you're here. Solomon, you're here, correct?
I see nothing. I've seen no change.
Yeah, I
That's
still
because
see the other
you're.
map.
Oh, because I'm still here. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I still see the old map,
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
the lava
same.
field.
Wait a minute. Oh. Because I did not change the ribbon.
All right, now I
Yeah,
see it.
that's where I am.
All right.
I see the car. It's fine.
So he is gonna. Move over here. And he's gonna start with Lux.
What did Solomon get on his initiative?
I rolled a 5, said
Yeah.
3.
I also rolled a 5, so that's where I got the 7.
Okay, so let me just make sure that he's not rolling whispering. No, he's not whispering. So his first attack against Lux. I think that's a miss.
Yeah.
Second attack.
I think that might be a hit.
Yeah, that might be. All right, good. That's good.
I still,
Does
yeah.
a 21 hit you with the cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good. That's good.
So that's
86 down the line, right?
the
That's-
confirmed crit. So that's max damage. So that's
more than I got.
8 plus 6, double max damage actually. So 8 plus 6 is 14, 28 damage for 28 slashing damage. And then you have to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. Okay, so you make it. So you only take half damage from the poison. With which was 26. You only take 13 poison damage because that's not being double maxed,
Okay.
since that's
Does,
a different save.
does Lux have immunity or resistance to poison for being a monk? Or has that come later?
Yeah, no, I don't have that.
Aren't you a drunken master?
Yeah.
I think you should have resistance to poison.
Let me check.
Yeah.
I'll always get it eventually.
Yeah,
Ten.
it's pure.
It's 10th level.
Hmm.
Yeah.
10th level.
All right.
Never mind.
So you take that, and then you are not poisoned either.
Oh, okay.
And then he's going to use his bonus action to turn invisible. And the next thing you see is this disc fly out at Lux. Ending
His
ending
invisibility.
his invisibility.
The fuck kind of action economy does this cocksucker have?
Yeah. With his greater invisibility.
That's his action economy.
All right, so I gotta make a deck save.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I'm not decapitated. That's nice.
So you still take half damage. So you still take 11.
So evasion doesn't apply to
Evasion, I
that.
don't take any.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm still up.
And that's his turn. And now Solomon, you're up. And then we start the round over.
What are the chances this guy's got to make some sort of checks on his feet since I'm taking evasive maneuvers here?
I would say that will apply if you're taking an action specifically to move and do that.
Isn't that what I did?
No, you took the dodge action. So you're kind of staying put right now.
Wow.
And you'd be able to use your action to take half your movement. The other half of the movement would apply to the check for him to stay on top. So Solomon, are you gonna turn the Bahir Fang on him?
Can't see him. Don't know where he is.
Oh, he
Not gonna.
appeared.
He reappeared.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
did he
reappeared.
reappear?
Yeah,
Yeah,
as soon
he
as he
did.
attacked, he reappeared.
Okay.
He mostly did that to avoid attacks of opportunity, which he may now come to regret.
I mean, to be fair, he still provokes them. They just, can't see him.
I thought you have to see a creature in order to make an attack of opportunity against it.
I don't think so.
I mean, I think practically you usually do. There are a couple special cases where people are like where basically you were in a situation where nobody can hide from you, but then it's like you really sort of know where they are anyway. I don't know how you would attack something you can't see with most attacks. Like you don't know that they're
You might
leaving the
hear them
threatened
starting
area.
to move.
Right, I suppose. but practically speaking, I think if you can't see them, you're not going to be able to. So yeah, I will turn the Bahir Fang on him, even though I may wind up shooting the vehicle if he rolls like a crit, which he's done before.
Okay.
That is not a crit.
It is not, but it's still a half damage, so he takes 10.
Let's see. Okay, so then I am going to use an action point. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at 3rd level. That's unimpressive. but it's something. And then I'm going to use an action point and my 4th level spell slot to cast Spirit Guardians. So at least if he wants to come in and beat the shit out of us, he's going to have to move through Spirit Guardians or fire things from a distance, which I assume is what it'll actually do.
Right. Along with all of his friends in the cars.
All right. Anything else you're doing?
Nope. Spent all my action points. Feel like I've done as much as I can do.
All right. So the heavy tanks are not going to attack you guys because they're not going to fire at their master, but they are going to roll to see if they're able to. So one recharges, one does not. So that is good to know.
What we should have had installed on this thing, a megaphone.
All right, Vagnog is up, Dorgok on deck, Lux in the hole.
If we had a megaphone, we could tell them, we have your leader. Back off. We have him right where we want him.
Oh, Vagnog, when you shot your bolt at Shadow of Death, did you use one of your silvered ones?
Yeah,
One of-
Vegnog would have used a silver bullet
Okay.
for him,
Okay.
a silver bolt. Vegnog is going to go up the side, so he's going to kind of go out a little bit up the side to look above, and he sees to see the Shadow of Death,
Mhm.
and he's going to shoot him again with another silver bullet or silver bolt.
So wait, are you hanging out the door here or are you going up here through the hatch?
He'd go up through the hatch and like kind of go up, shoot, and then he's going to go back down.
Okay. That's a hit.
And let's see. Nobody's within 5 feet of him.
Nope.
So no, none of that. So it just takes 12 piercing plus any effect from the silver.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes. I'm going to, for my bonus action, I'm going to.
He's gonna sneeze. Got it.
I'm going to try to. I'm going to use insightful fighting to try to see if I can pick out a weak spot or a weakness in his movements.
If you want to do that, you need to observe him more than just a brief moment, popping your head in and out.
Wouldn't I be able to see if he has like chinks in his armor though?
Not that quickly. Because if you think about it, like your insightful fighting, you're not actually watching him fighting right now. You're watching him stand there as he's preparing to attack and counterattack.
That's fair. I'm going to then jump back, go back down then.
Okay.
So that'll be my turn.
Okay. So now Dorgok is up. So let's bring the map back over. So let's see, what does Dorgok do?
This doesn't go our way. We do have this guy on our roof. We could film him Louise off into the lava.
Take him out with us.
You guys ready to make new characters?
Ready? Got plenty of dice. I can do it.
Turns out the prophecy was not about you guys.
That's right. It's the other team.
All right, so evens is Solomon, odds is Lux. So it's going to attack you with the grappling claw. So it's first going
It's
to
a range on the grappling claw.
get here.
So because I'm taking evasive maneuvers, can I help them too?
No, the evasive maneuvers are specifically for the vehicle.
They're on the vehicle.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna say no. It's for the vehicle specifically.
All right, guys.
But 15 misses, so it's moot point or moo point. It's a moot point.
Yes.
Like
a cow's attack. Doesn't matter.
And that's his turn. So now Lux, then Hellbats, and then Spikers. So Lux, are you gonna do something attacking the vehicles around you, or are you gonna go to the Buca de Beppo?
Yeah, I'm not going to attack any vehicles.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here.
You know, you're at the acid sprayer.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you're gonna spray this guy down with acid, given the current state of the lava map and the 60-foot cone nature, kind of looks like you'd be able to get him and the claw dropping machine because that is currently positioned like up in front of us in the direction we're traveling.
Yeah, I think that's the since that'll be the first thing I do is the acid vial sprayer. See if that does anything. Oh, his deck save of 12. Yikes.
There's still a chance.
Nah.
As small as it might have been.
Okay. What is
But like I
you
said,
also
the other
get you also
other
get the other
vehicle's
guy.
within 60
so
feet.
let's do that one. So you get the scavenger.
and half damage on the Buga de Beppo.
Okay.
what's quickened healing? Okay. Oh, I click on it. It tells me what it is. Actually, it's been 2 key points. Martial arts. Is the amulet an action or bonus action? We talk about this.
It should be
action.
there.
We decided it was an action.
It was an action. Okay. And the martial arts side is what, D8?
What's your unarmed strike damage?
1d6 plus 7.
Okay, so your martial arts die is a d6.
Hmm. All right. I got action points. So I would say this would be a bonus action. I reach in and pull out Belnog's feather and crush it. Get your ass here, buddy. Hate to break the news to you, but
Okay.
I'm going to take an action point so I can take another action. I guess I cannot. Can I shoot the sprayer again, or I got to roll to see if it recharges, or is that like every turn?
Well, wait a minute. So let's resolve these one at a time. So first of all, you're calling Belganog.
Yep. And he what does he appear? Okay. Get him.
So let's get him to the initiative then. So he's got an 11. Interesting. Same as you, Lux.
Oh,
So he will be going after you.
very good. Okay.
So you said that your action was a bile sprayer. Bonus action was crushing the feather to summon
Right.
Belganog.
Yep.
And then what?
Use my action point, take a whole nother action. Does that mean I can try to recharge, or is that like another round?
No, these can be used round after round.
I guess what I'm saying is, I guess I would roll to see if it recharged, and I would, if it did, I could shoot it again, right?
You don't need to recharge. They don't need to recharge.
I thought it says recharge on 5 to 6.
Oh, it does. Oh, the acid bile sprayer works differently than the Bahir Fang
Your thing.
then. So yeah, you need to.
Roll to see if it does.
Yeah, I would say you need to roll.
Okay, so it does not recharge. In that
Okay.
case, I will use my amulet of the Toker so I could get some HP back.
Okay.
8 plus 4, 12. Okay. Ooh, look at that.
And then, so now it's Belganog's turn.
I hate to say this, but I have to. I was not planning on Belganog when I cast Spirit Guardians. So I would not have designated Belganog as being permitted.
Okay. So then what is the roll?
He
Dave?
said he will appear in an unoccupied space you designate within 60 feet.
Okay, so she didn't have to have him appear
Right.
there.
Right. There's not, he's a large creature though, so there's not a whole lot of places that he could.
Right, he could appear behind him though.
Kind of hanging off the vehicle.
He's got wings. He's good. Flap the
Yeah,
wings.
but
motherfucker.
he wouldn't appear just flying. Well, I guess he could. Okay. So he'll be flying. We'll say that. What is it you need from
Get him,
me to
sick him.
do?
Attack.
Oh, Buja Dikide. Well, this should be interesting.
And then he will go in. He'll fly up here. He'll make his attack. So first attack. It's a hit.
Get that silvered beak.
And then second attack. Miss. Third attack.
Oh,
It's a hit.
Nice.
And then that's Belganag's turn. All right. Now the spikers. So let's bring it back, bring it back. So we got one spiker moving here, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Another one moving here, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So let's see. Even Solomon, odds, Lux. Actually, Belganog's in the mix now. So 1 to 2 is Solomon, 3 to 4 is Lux, 5 to 6 is Belganog. So first one, Solomon. Second one, Lux. Third one, Lux. Fourth one, Lux.
I know who the real threat is.
All right. So against Solomon, miss. Against Lux,
God damn.
I mean, you can still deflect. It's just more damage.
all right. So
And,
that's
and whatever possible critical effect.
a confirmed crit. So it's going to be double max damage, and then a roll on the chart.
Can I try to deflect it or no?
So you can, but the deflection reduces
The
the
damage,
damage you take.
but not
and
the
so
effect. Okay.
it's double max damage. So that is
26.
26. So roll your deflection.
Okay, what the hell is it? It's a D10, right? Yeah, D10. 8 plus proficiency, 11 plus.
No, not proficiency.
Monk level.
plus.
Okay,
Monk
so
level.
And
it's
dex
12, so
modifier.
20. So I deflect, I got, so it's 6.
Right, but then we have the critical hit chart. So let's see where that lands us. 24. You're pushed 10 feet. Disarmed. And this movement provokes attacks. It doesn't matter. So you are pushed 10 feet, so you are knocked off of the vehicle.
Mother!
And that's an interesting place to land. You're right in the wheels, so you may get crushed. But you're the top of the vehicle is about 20 feet. So you're gonna take an additional 2d6 falling
Right.
damage.
But she's a monk. So no, she isn't going to take falling damage.
Oh. So yeah, you're no longer on the vehicle. And then you also have to make a con save.
In spades.
All right, so you're fine with that. So
I
let's
don't
see.
have the
So
astral
the first
age. That's
one,
good.
second one. So you still have one that's attacking you.
Can it see me where I'm at now? Like
That
I'm
is a
not in the
good
same spot.
question. That is a good question. Let's see. Where are they relative to you? Two of them would potentially see you from where they are. Two of them may have difficulty, but so I'll let you continue getting your cover for the attack.
Okay.
It misses. So those are the spikers. Now the hellbats. So they're gonna come up 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60. And they're both going to attack the vehicle. So they're going to be doing so at disadvantage because Ewan is driving the way he is. Miss. Ooh. 22. That's a hit. So it doesn't do any damage to the vehicle, but now your guys' movement speed is reduced by 20. So we're gonna put a mark here, and a mark here to designate all of that. Oh, you guys aren't even there to see.
I don't know. The dead anchor is pretty badass. You can use an action to disengage and create a dragon on the vehicle.
So now it is Ewan's turn. Ewan
Got on autopilot.
moving and shaking. We're just gonna delay his turn for the moment. So now it is Buca de Beppo.
It'd just be better if it was just like some like big fat Italian like predator like thing.
Oh, perfect. Ewan is back.
Hello.
It's your turn.
Oh, sweet.
So we'll put the map back.
Yeah. So
Any,
Lux is
any change?
left off the back of the vehicle and is currently running under the wheel. And
But
Guy's
there's
still
no
on the
way
roof.
that Ewan would know that.
Okay.
I mean, you did hear me yell, "Mother!"
Yeah,
Since something
that's
happened.
fair. Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's not the first time.
That really could mean anything, though.
Now, to be clear, it wasn't that I leapt. I was knocked off the vehicle. I did not go by choice.
I see we're still close to the rock.
Right. And, Belganog's been summoned again, so he's outside the vehicle, but you can't see him from where you are.
All right.
And they just attacked the vehicle and grappled it. So its
Okay.
speed is reduced by 20 feet.
They managed to do that even with me dodging.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm fucking bastards.
Rolled a 24 and a 22.
All right. What else? All right, yeah. So it's my turn. I mean, I don't know. Let's just go. Like, this is in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Still, attempting to dodge here. I'm gonna go select there. See if I can break a line of sight with some of these other ones. 10, 20.
All right, hold on. That's right where that's right where Lux is. So Lux,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
give me a dexterity saving throw.
I have no idea. So this is perfect.
Yeah, time to level up.
All right, so you move out of the way of the crash because if I'm remembering it right, so crashing into a creature.
It's like DC 10 and the wheels are DC 11.
Yeah, so there's no half damage for that, but the crushing wheels are still a problem. So Ewan, hit the crushing wheels.
There you go. DC 11 dex save.
Yeah, so Lux,
What?
another dexterity save. Okay, so you only take half damage.
And that's enough.
It doesn't say anything about half damage.
Oh wait, I got evasion.
Does it not?
No.
But even if it
Oh,
did,
that's right.
evasion.
Okay. Yeah.
Even
Okay.
so.
All right. Phew, okay.
So you're good. So the vehicle moves away from you. You're
But the good news is Belganog was flying, so I assume the vehicle moves away from Belganog too. So at least you still have Belganog.
yeah.
I mean, these guys are obviously going to be more concerned about the moving vehicle than the thing that's probably they can't even see because it's kicking up dust. She's in the dust. They can't even see her.
So I'm gonna just
I imagine that, like in the first instance, I'm like, well, at least Belganog is with her. And then I realize I'm on top of the vehicle with Buca de Beppo alone.
Yep.
All right, so Ewan, you can continue your movement.
All right, so that was 40. I guess that's probably a. All right, so that's one movement, and then I'll just like take the bonus action to then move 5, 10, or 20.
Well, wait, your movement is reduced by 20.
Right. So this was only 80.
And this guy
I
is
believe.
gonna
Right.
be
Yeah.
dragging with you.
Guys, we just need to get ourselves our own fleet here.
Right. It would be great if we'd had like a fleet of flying ships.
So 10, 20, 40, 60, 80. 80.
Okay.
Just
Anything
trying to
else you're
like just trying to like put something between us and them.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's actually a really good move in terms of that because this does create cover. Why did it?
What's this side of the thing look like anyways? It'll look like I can like drive up the side of it.
Not from this side.
So I assume this sort of rougher contoured area is like cliff.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
can't really go much further forward.
yeah, no. I know. It's fine. I'll just make Mike put some more map on the side here.
Okay. Anything else you're doing?
It should be all that I could do. So
Okay. So now we're going back to the vehicle. And these guys are not there. So first, he's going to use his Vorpal Disc at Solomon.
Huh.
He'll get my +2.
Yes.
Who cares? +2 means nothing.
Do you have an action point you want to use?
I used all my action points. I am
Okay.
I am unconscious. Well, that's
Wait,
true.
no.
I'm in vitality. I mean,
Okay. Give me a concentration check to maintain the spell.
let's see.
Actually,
That's it. Disadvantage.
oh shit. You're at 0 HP.
Yes.
You're decapitated.
Oh. So there you go. I guess I lose concentration then.
But you at least have disadvantage.
So
I mean, he could be stubborn enough, and like he's pretty dumb. Maybe he just doesn't realize he's decapitated.
Yes, my intelligence actually goes up slightly.
As the thing that was holding it back the most.
it was your brain that was just holding you back the whole time. Okay, so Lux, as you dodge the vehicle, you see in the distance your son fighting this creature as it unleashes that magical disc,
Mm-hmm.
and Solomon actually dodges out of the way, but because it comes back on the way back, Solomon, with a grin, thinking, I did it. Suddenly his face changes as the disc slices in through the front of his throat, coming back into the creature's grasp.
Am I close enough to see this?
Yes. I would say that you can see it.
Okay.
You know, all the dirt that I've kicked up.
Right. And inside the vehicle, all of you see the spirit guardians vanish.
What's going on back there?
And then Lux, you see the creature turn invisible. And then nobody knows what it does from there. All right.
Clanging around on the top of our vehicle.
So now it's the tank's turn. So Kurt, I have rules now regarding where is it?
Decapitation.
Do we level up now during the game? Or
Yeah.
Those few extra hit points could be handy.
I need them.
The physical therapy after decapitation is going to be a
Yeah.
pain.
So I have new rules for when characters die in the middle of combat. So now you have
These are the meat grinder rules.
you have things that you can do to support the team from beyond the grave so that you can still have an impact during the session. So
Wait, what are we thinking? Walla Walla the koala.
Yeah. What's he going to do?
Right.
He's an orphan now.
Finally, I can get away. I can finally have sweet death as I drop myself into the lava.
So you get 3 spirit points that can be used on other people's turns or at any time during combat, but only once per turn. And each of these actions has a spirit point cost.
Mm.
So something that you can keep in mind. Now with Buco de Beppo no longer appearing on the vehicle, well, the tanks can't really see you guys, so you have that going for you because of Ewan's positioning. Let's see if this one regains its. It does not.
See, the sad thing about these spirit point rules is this is exactly what Brendan's character needed when we fought the beholder. It would have made like his sacrifice mean something.
Yes. So, Vagnog, you're up.
Vagnog is going to not, seeing that the spirit guardians is no longer, the spirits are no longer there. He pops up with his crossbow on the top and doesn't see Buca de Beppo.
No.
And just sees and takes in the headless body of Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
No. So Vegnog's gonna jump up onto get out onto like the full out and move up to the top of the vehicle and look frantically around, seeing if he can spot him. I'm going to use as a bonus action. Eye for detail.
Okay. Give me a perception check. All right. You can see probably somewhere right around here footprints kicking up ash, and you get the sense that that's probably the relative area of Buca de Beppo.
Can you ping where that is?
Right about here.
Do their footprints are moving away?
Yes.
There's this. So and I also do I see this harpoon that's stuck in the side of the vehicle?
Yes, and you see it's tethered to this flying vessel above the vehicle about 60 feet away.
Does it appear to be is it like a rope, or can I ascertain the type of material?
Yeah, it's a chain.
It's a chain. I don't have things that break chains.
I mean,
driving.
you can try and pull it out.
Yeah.
It'd be like a DC 12 athletics check to pull it out.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pull it out.
Okay, that would be your action to do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Athletics, you said?
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
All right, so you are no longer tethered to this vehicle, and you're no longer being slowed down by it.
So, and I'll throw it overboard. And that was my bonus action, and so then I'm just gonna stay on top, and I'll keep a lookout. I'll get into one of the weapons though. I'll get into the Behir Fang.
Okay.
It's got range.
Okay. So Dorgok sees Lux no longer inside the vehicle right next to him. So it's going to attempt to crash into Lux. So it's going to drive through Lux. Give me a dexterity save.
Action point. Last one. Really?
Hey.
Hey, maybe
Okay.
that motherfucker. Roll it again. Maybe that motherfucker rolls off.
Yeah. It's a crit success. So now roll it. Yeah, that's good enough. So Dorgok, angry and grieving over the death of his brother and trying to get revenge, attempts to crush Lux beneath the wheels of his vehicle, but unfortunately Lux sees it coming and delivers a kick in just the right spot, leading to a chain reaction that causes the axles to malfunction, as well as the engine speeds up as if it's been doused in demon ichor, causing the scavenger to go over the side and crash into the lava below. Lux can hear Dorgok screams all the way.
Nice.
Lux, you and Belganog are up. You can decide what Belganog does as well.
Okay. So I saw the demon grinder go around this huge.
Yeah, you know where it is. You just can't see it quite directly. But because the demon grinder was technically moving while everything was happening, what you saw with with Solomon happened right around here as it was turning around the corner. And so
Okay.
you do know, and you can still see from here Solomon's head on the ground.
Are the so it is actually the okay. I was thinking it was a lot farther. So if I take the dash action, can I get to the top of this thing?
What's your movement?
40.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, but you jump faster than you run.
Yeah, that's true.
You might be able to just clear this whole thing and land on top of the demon grinder.
Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is, before I even try that, I'm going to spend 2 Kai points. Are getting real low. Key Kai, I don't know. Try to get some HP back, because martial arts die plus my proficiency bonus. I don't know if it's worth it, but sure. So 6 more HP.
And I am going to spend all 3 of my spirit points. You see Solomon's ghostly form appear before you and lay a hand on your shoulder. And you get back 10 more hit points.
Okay. And then I'm going to attempt to jump all the way across and see if I can land on the demon grinder. Activate my ring of jumping.
Give me an acrobatics check. I'm not concerned about the distance. I just want to see if you're able to do it accurately. And you are.
Nice.
You
19 on
land
the
right
die.
on top of the demon grinder. And Belganog follows you the whole way, easily keeping up with its wing speed.
All right.
In fact, Belganog takes a slight detour to grab Solomon's head, figuring that it has some sentimental value to you.
Thought wrong, Belganog.
You going bowling?
So now you're back on the demon grinder.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
I think I've spent everything I can do.
Okay. Can we take a 5-minute break?
Sure. Yo.
So I did not see this happen, this session going in this direction tonight.
Yeah. I mean, you did set up a bunch of vehicles with moves and weapons that could do such things. So, you know, there was always a possibility.
Mhm. All right.
So one
Everybody-
enemy down. Almost out of this.
Technically, too, if you count Drax.
Drax and his brother.
All right, everybody's ready.
Yep.
So, Lux, you landed on your party's demon grinder. Anything else you're doing? Oh, that's right. You took up one of the weapons, right? Getting ready to use it.
I mean, if I'm able to do that, I probably would, but it seemed like that would be a lot of movement in that turn. So
Okay. What's the distance you can jump?
oh god,
It's like 180 feet.
it's some,
right?
yeah, it's some crazy thing. Ring of jumping, I guess it. Okay.
Because it triples your normal jumping
Yeah,
speed, and a monk can use dexterity for their.
Your normal long
Jumping.
jump distance with a 10-foot is equal to your strength score, but I guess I use Dex.
Yeah.
Dex. Okay.
Yeah, the long jump. Well, the long jump is 120 feet if you use the jump spell and step of the wind. So it's 60 without step of the wind.
Jump distance
So-
is tripled.
Right. So yeah. So you have an yeah. I would say it took your action and move action to
Yeah.
get the jump that sufficient. All right, so these spikers are going to be moving up closer. 30, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 60, 60, 80, 100, 40, 60, 80, 100, 60, 80, 100.
Hope they don't run over their invisible boss.
Yep.
That reminds me of Three Amigos,
Which part?
with the invisible guy that they were trying to summon at the dancing tree. and Chevy Chase's character just shot him because he didn't shoot up into the air. All right. Ewan, you're up.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I just go. I don't know.
right. Are you just trying to get away?
I don't know what's happening. Nobody has communicated with me. So I'm just driving and evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
If there's cover from this side too, I'll go there as well. Or, you know,
So I would say that once you start driving and trying to basically get away, it doesn't take too long for the Shadow of Death's forces to just halt their chase before they come back towards the bridge. At this point, Belganog has also joined Lux on top of the vehicle, and also took up a spot at one of the weapon stations just in case anything were to happen. Because I imagine Lux, that's where you would have went, right? Once you were on top of the vehicle.
Yep.
So, at this point, you guys are no longer in rounds. Shadow of Death's forces have stopped following you.
Vignog would turn to Lux. Are you all right?
She just stares off into the middle distance and ignores whatever you're saying.
Ewan, at some point, do you stop or do you continue to go?
Still zigzagging.
what's going on?
Vignog would go down and he goes up to Ewan and like stands fairly close. Solomon is dead.
Are they still chasing us?
No, they have halted. But we are down one person.
Let's find some cover here.
So it's not too long before you see an outcropping of rocks that you can use as reasonable cover, and place your vehicle in there to hide.
And it's like, then I see him. I'm like, geez, you said he was dead. You didn't say they fucking cut his head off.
I see no difference.
At that point, you hear a heavy knock at the large door on the side.
I just like count everybody else. Everybody's here.
I guess Vegnog would, or can we peer over the side, or like peer from the top?
You'd be able to see it's Belganog. He can't fit through the top
Oh,
hatches.
Vegnog would open up the door then.
Hello.
I don't believe we've met. Vegnog.
I am Belganog. I am an ally of sorts with Lux. She has spoken with me about the travesty of existence and our trapped nature in this cycle of inescapable dread.
Yeah, roll upper this guy.
I am sorry for the loss of your friend. Here is their head.
And he pulls it from a satchel that he has. And in his mass, because he's a large creature, so Solomon's head is just dwarfed in this thing's hands. But it carefully hands it out to whoever to see if anybody wishes to take it.
You guys had met before with the fight with Haru Greymon.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
gotcha. Yeah,
Maybe didn't have enough time to chat though.
Right.
yeah.
Met briefly, you know.
I will. Don't. Isn't there a cooler somewhere in? But am I remember correctly? There is a space where there's a cooler, or is that like a different ship?
Not in this one.
Okay. So I'll take Solomon's head. Very
Solomon probably would have been the first to tell you that just keeping the head cool in case it can be reattached later would be an exercise in fertility.
Yep.
more to prevent it from rotting as quickly. I will take care of it for now and see what the Lux wants to do. She must. It is right that she make any final decisions on Solomon's final rights.
Your kind is strange. When my kind dies, we are reborn, only to repeat the suffering and boredom of endless slaughter. It is a tiring existence.
I can guess.
Lux, you have crushed my feather. Is the tasks that are needed complete? Or is there other things you require while I am here?
Lux, I would imagine she's still up top. Has not got out of the whatever chair she's sitting in. So if he was to ask me that, I would tell him that he can leave. He's done enough.
Okay. Yeah, Belgnog would probably put his head up over the
Okay.
top of the vehicle to say that. And then once Lux dismisses him, he would bow his head and say,
I do hope our paths cross once more. Goodbye.
and then with that, it vanishes in a cloud of black smoke that smells of sulfur and burning ash.
Well,
Just like go to like near whatever the porthole is that Lux would have crawled up into to get out to the thing, and it's like, what are you doing?
There is no answer. You might see a huge cloud of smoke as she has grabbed the those whatever love letters she had found one time, and is like she's smoking up the biggest dupe that she can find. It is just like a huge smoke plume pillar up in the top of the demon grinder.
Lux, you can't help but see in the smoke various scenes in the likeness of Solomon at different points of his life.
Mostly him coughing.
Well,
Well, we can't stay here.
and we can't go back. The bridge is held against us.
We need explosives. Any idea how to make those?
That is not my specialty, as much as I agree. We perhaps we can find an alternate way across the river. A ferry.
Otherwise, there's the
Some.
long way.
Or the long way.
It would seem to me that anybody who fancies themselves in power would likely hold something valuable like a bridge across this fucking thing.
Well, long way doesn't have bridge.
Right.
And even if we get there, we are down one person. Solomon's strength was great against demons in this land. It will be difficult to bring the same amount of might without him. We might need more guns.
That's why I said explosives. Maybe the next person we meet will be able to make launchable bombs for us. Mini fat boys. And also heal us at the same time, because, you know, that's handy. Sure sounds like I'm talking about an artificer right now.
I must power it down for a while. I need time to process. And you see Vegnog's eyes start to go dim as he's sitting in his seat next to the lookout seat where he's usually sitting next to Ewan. And it just becomes inert.
I'm curious, just for my own wonderment, how much responsibility does Vegnog have for Solomon's death?
That's
It's
why he's
huge about
talking.
I mean, I know. I'm just wondering if Solomon thinks so. Or I mean, Vegnog.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he's powered. That's why he's powered down. Like he's trying to process that he is, he does feel responsible, and he's just not sure how to process it. So
Maybe that's a good place to end for the night.
I mean, the good news is everybody would be aware that Solomon would want his remains burned, which should be pretty easy to do.
You think just throwing them in the lava suffice?
Yeah, I think that probably would be fine.
Level up?
It's funny because I was planning on it anyways. But yes, welcome to level 8.
So we have determined it is not just my characters.
Oh, man. So, yeah, what did you guys think?
I mean, it was a good session. It was an interesting fight. I mean, my thought when Vegnog was like, fuck you, you come here and look at this, was that really we were just refusing to give up something we don't need anyway, like a ring that we can't use because it's too evil and it'll probably steal our souls. So, and there was the problem of, if you give it away, he might attack us. But if you keep it, he clearly was going to attack us. So, but it was still an interesting fight. I am not sure whether or not there was. I mean, I'm sure there's some combination of good die rolls and we could have won the fight. I'm not sure if just like average die rolls on both sides and good tactics if we still would have won.
So
because at the end of the day, that guy was pretty strong. And his ability to like just turn invisible and vanish on us made it difficult to just target him.
Mhm.
The issue was that I couldn't fight because I was trying to protect the fucking car.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was important though. It's going forward.
Right, exactly.
Still need the car.
Yeah.
It's just one of like I'm a frontline fighter. I hit things real hard. In these fights, all I'm doing is driving a car.
Yeah, so
We need an automatic automaton driver. We need a Tesla.
what I think changed the entire course of the battle was Buca de Beppo getting the critical success and getting on top of the vehicle, because
That was some bullshit.
had it been limited to just a vehicle fight, you guys had a much better chance. Had you managed to get it to not be a vehicle fight and just fight them, outside of vehicles, you could have still got it, because even though it didn't seem like it, you almost killed the Shadow of Death. He was really low on hit points by the time he bolted out. So even then it was pretty close. But I think because it became a mixed battle where it was partially vehicle and partially on the roof of the car, I think that's where it kind of made things much more difficult. And because I was prepared for you guys to haggle. I was prepared for you guys to fight in the cars. I was prepared for you guys to fight in a way to not fight in the cars. I was not prepared for the in-between.
I did realize this is the first time I ever really noticed that there's a real advantage to letting Vegnog and Lux man the weapons on top because of all the deck saves and evasion.
Yeah, that's the only reason I made it. Because I had evasion. That's the only reason. I would have been. I came close. I was in single digits a lot of the time.
Yeah. It also, that was one thing that may have also helped you, at least to some degree. The fact that the Shadow of Death was on your vehicle kept the cannon vehicles from firing on you guys.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It would keep those tanks from attacking us because they wouldn't want to hit him.
Yeah. But
Although it also would have been a fantastic moment for some ambitious tank commander to be like,
Mhm.
maybe I could be leader now.
Yep, let me take over.
I was kind of hoping that route would like, says, hey, if you help us out, you could be leading these guys. Kill that motherfucker up there.
Yeah.
But then if they don't kill him, it's probably the end for them. Yeah, I may want to. I haven't updated the backup character I made, so he's still like level 3. So it's going to take a fair bit of work to level him up. I also I realized over time that I may not enjoy playing him so much because I made him kind of an arrogant bastard. So I may rework his personality a bit to make him a little more enjoyable.
I think I have a way of introducing them as well. I sent you a message, Kurt, to see what you thought. Doesn't have to be that way, but it was just something that kind of came to my mind.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, well, welcome to level 8.
Sounds good. And for what it's worth, Vegnog doesn't like Solomon may not have like placed no value in the ring, but Vegnog has been curious about it. And of all people who's a merchant, he's not really like keen to give up something. He figured that if the Shadow of Death didn't want to actually haggle and actually like take him up on his deal, then we'll just go find someone else that we could trade it with. There's plenty of evil creatures in Fernia that would be happy to pay for a very evil ring. Or
I
at
mean,
least
so
that's what
I'm
Vegnog thought.
curious as to what the ring might do, but we know that the merchant in the Emporium wasn't interested in taking it. Like it wasn't even interested in giving us store credit for the ring. So I'm thinking it's not something that's sort of easily usable. It's maybe it wasn't hurting Feanor, but the fact that it was, it felt like it was trying to drain something from us makes me think that putting it on wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, but
So more or less it was just going to wind up being something that we carried around in the box, not taking it out ever. So the loss of it just doesn't strike me as though it would have been a big deal in the end of the day. I mean, if it was valuable enough if the guy in the Emporium would have taken it, we might well have already traded it away. So maybe somebody else would want it, but I don't necessarily know who. It seemed like its symbolism as, the evidence that we had killed Feanor was probably the most valuable thing about it. But it is Vegnog's now. In fact, you have to decide what to do with the headless body and all of my stuff, because I still have like the man catcher, the demon catcher thing. I have
Well, obviously, we gather the magic items.
Quick donning adamantine plate armor and the bonus action equipable shield. Potion of greater healing.
Heaven's Fall.
Right, Heaven's Fall, the bag of holding that we bought. Like 150 uses of a healer's kit. That only I am proficient in.
I know it didn't come up a whole lot in the battle, but what did you guys think about the spirit points to allow downed characters to continue having an impact?
Right. I only used it that one time. In concept, I like it. I mean, I already was sort of thinking in the middle of that when Vegnog was about to make a perception check to see what he could see. I immediately looked and noted that granting a D4 on an ability check is not listed as one of the things you could do, but it seems like it's in line with the other things on the list.
Yes.
So probably that would be something I would add. But I mean, it is certainly true. If somebody dies, then it's more or less like, well, you just sit back and don't say anything for the next couple hours till we're done. So having the spirit point system makes sense to me. It is also, in particular with Solomon, a little more thematic because where is his soul going to go? He's got the mark on his head. He's basically stuck here now.
Yeah. So I didn't want to say this out loud, but the mark is Crozen's mark, and so whenever you die, your souls go to wherever he designated for some nefarious use. So he's now got Dr. Sheev and Solomon.
Oh, so there you go. I can catch up with Dr. Sheev at least. See how things have been going.
Yeah, you know, and there could have been like one good, like one if like we had a successful roll to like instead of the crit, but like if we actually just did run him over, like that could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was the right move. It just didn't
Right.
just didn't work out.
Yeah, that would have been a huge shift.
So.
Because he was trying to get into his vehicle, and had you guys just had a straight up vehicle fight, it would have been much more reasonable, because a lot of those vehicles I had set up as like minion type things, so they would have only taken 1 or 2 hits and then they would have been destroyed. The only ones that had anything more than that were the Shadow of Death's vehicle and Dorgok and Drax's vehicle. So those are the ones that would have been requiring more attention. But even then, like it was, yeah, it would have been a much different outcome had you been able to keep it to just vehicles.
Yeah, I agreed. It made sense to go after him when he was up on that hill. If we had like one of those harpoon guns, it also would have been equally as good just to like start towing his vehicle away behind us. Because I'll bet you his vehicle is where all the soul coins are being kept.
Right. Had things been a little bit different and I was up top after that guy jumped off or whatever, and maybe Vegnog was driving or something, I probably would have climbed up that chain towards the flying one. Like that, because like that would have been mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that some bitch.
And if Belganac had one more round of attacks against the Shadow of Death, dude would have been done too. That combined with a shot from the acid sprayer or the Bahir Fang, he only had like maybe 30 hit points left. So one more good round.
So go back next session. You guys can circle back around.
Shadow of Death Part 2.
Right.
The Reckoning.
Electric Boogaloo.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right.